Next, we're going to take a look at how to use our sum and difference formulas in a different way. So we're given the sine of u and the cosine of v, and we're going to be solving for different sum and difference formulas. So the first thing that we need to do is set up our right triangles so we can find the cosine and tangent of u as well as the sine and tangent of v in order to apply our formulas. So knowing we're in the second quadrant for both angles, we know that our x value will be negative, and this is a Pythagorean triple. So if you remember 5, 12, 13, we know that x is negative 12. And our second one is a Pythagorean triple as well, 3, 4, 5. And our y value will be positive in the second quadrant. Then we can use those to set up SOHCAHTOA for the other missing trig functions. So cosine of u is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. So looking at v, sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so we have 4/5. And tangent, opposite over adjacent, we have negative 4/3. All right, now we're going to set up our formulas and simply substitute these ratios that we just found. So we've got our formula sheet here. Sine of u plus v is sine of u times cosine of v plus cosine of u times sine of v. So substituting those ratios we just found, sine of u is 5/13. Cosine of v is negative 3/5. Cosine of u, negative 12/13. And sine of v, 4/5. Multiplying and simplifying, here our 5's cancel, so we have negative 3/13. On our second one, we don't have anything that cancels, so we have negative 48 over 65. So what I'm going to do is actually go back to my first one and multiply straight across so I have a common denominator before I simplify. So we've got negative 15 over 65, which gives us a total of negative 63/65. Cosine of u minus v, so this will be cosine of u times cosine of v plus sine of u times sine of v. Cosine of u gives us negative 12/13. Cosine of v gives us negative 3/5. Sine of u is 5/13. And sine of v is 4/5. So multiplying across again to get that common denominator, I'm going to do 36 out of 65 plus 20 out of 65 for a total of 56 out of 65. And finally, let's take a look at tangent. So this one is tangent of u minus tangent of v all over 1 plus tangent of u times tangent of v. Substituting what we know, tangent of u is negative 5/12 minus tangent of v gives us negative 4/3 all over 1 plus, multiplying those together, negative 5/12 times negative 4/3. Simplifying, in the numerator we need a common denominator, so I'm going to multiply that second fraction by 4 over 4. So we get negative 5/12 plus 16/12 after I subtract the negative. In the denominator, when I multiply, I can simplify before I multiply. That 4 goes into 12 3 times, so I end up with 5/9 in the denominator. Combining my fractions in both the numerator and the denominator, in the numerator I have 11/12. And in the denominator, when I convert that 1 to 9/9 to get a common denominator, adding that, I get 14/9. And then I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So my numerator stays the same. My denominator flips. And 9 and 12 both have a common factor of 3, so I'm going to simplify those. And this gives me 33 over 56. No, you try it again today. We'll take a look at our assignment as needed.